Citing the far-right German party AfD's recent targeting of Swedish teenager and climate activist Greta Thunberg, Inslee proposes using anti-corruption laws to impose consequences for undermining international cooperation, including on climate and much more. Inslee warned that nations deeply invested in exploiting fossil fuel reserves are openly flouting consensus on climate change or targeting climate activists domestically, and said the White House could use the Global Magnitsky Act, which gives the president the power to institute a travel ban or asset freeze on human rights violators in any country. We're standing up against the most powerful economic interests in world history, namely fossil fuel industry and governments who are handmaidens to them, Inslee told HuffPost. In the plan, Inslee declared the United States will not only cease to cooperate with these countries to impede efforts to confront global climate change, but will threaten to utilize the Global Magnitsky Act to hold to account individuals and entities responsible for human rights violations and corrupt activities that contribute to targeting civil society advocates, including climate activists. It's an extension of existing authority against a known threat, Inslee said. That's the fossil fuel industry in league with governments to suppress voices around the country. Such a policy could threaten a global influence peddling machine that has heightened its influence under the Trump administration. Using the Magnitsky Act to pressure foreign officials who target climate activists or scientists could isolate industry groups at a time when fossil fuel players are setting up fake grassroots organizations to promote their interests. The policy would be a powerful cudgel against governments like that of Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro, who is aggressively stoking deforestation in the Amazon, displacing indigenous groups and intimidating environmentalists who suffered their deadliest year in history in 2017. The effort would be limited to overseas officials, but could put pressure on groups in the U.S. The German-based climate denial think tank European Institute for Climate and Energy spearheaded the AfD's efforts to smear Thunberg, and has close ties to the Heartland Institute, a group funded by Trump mega-donors and billionaires Rebecca Mercer and her father, Robert. The legal saber-rattling belies an otherwise wonky, if forward-thinking, 19,000-word document blazing a path beyond just reversing President Donald Trump's decision to quit the global Paris Agreement. The plan includes a host of ways to flex American muscle to enforce climate goals. It directs the Commerce Department to create a climate duty levied on imports from countries not meeting decarbonization targets. It proposes prioritizing labor and environmental standards in trade negotiations and financing a green bond program meant to fund clean tech manufacturing and sustainable development overseas and offer developing nations a credible alternative to rival Chinese investment through the Belt and Road Initiative. It doubles down on Inslee's call to establish a wide-scale resettlement program for climate refugees. Inslee calls for accepting historic levels of refugees amid climate crisis. Elizabeth Warren adds $2 trillion and a Green Marshall Plan to climate vision. Also on HuffPost. Love HuffPost? Become a founding member of HuffPost Plus today.